We'll never get it out now.
So certain are you? Always with you what cannot be done. Do you nothing that I say?
Master, moving stones around is one thing. This is totally different.
No. No different. Only different in your mind. You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No. Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trev, and I'm back with another video. I'm out here in nature, just sitting down. I'm relaxing. I'm just being really calm, really cool, and it's really soothing to me because I like getting out here in nature. I like compartmentalizing my mind. I like focusing my mind and my energy and just keeping everything positive, keeping everything natural, keeping everything kind of just away from the screens, I like to say, because, you know, I see phone screens, I see computer screens, I see screens everywhere I go, and sometimes it's nice to just get out in nature, you know, chill out, you know, smell the fresh air. And look at this, y'all. Touch some grass. Touch some grass, just to touch some grass. It's always good to touch some grass. But, you know, that's not the point of today's video, because today's video, I wanted to make this topic because, you know, I wanted to talk about this. And, you know, it's going to be a little bit personal, not necessarily too personal. It's just going to kind of be in between as a video, because I want to talk about unlearning what you've learned in life. And what I mean by that is, if you guys watched that little clip I just showed you of Star Wars, it's basically meaning get rid of your preconceived notion. Whatever you learned in life beforehand that taught you how the way the world works, forget all of that and learn what's current and what's present and what's actually there, what's actually in front of you. Because when you think about what you learned in the past and you focus too much on it and you think that's the way everything works, especially when things have changed, you forget what's in front of you and you lose track of what's there, and then you're never where you need to be. And I wanted to talk about that because I try to preach that to my students. And I'm a substitute teacher. You know, I'm about to leave because, you know, teaching's not for me, because there's a lot of nonsense going on in the school system. So I'm not going to get into it because I get mad and I have to go back to that crap tomorrow. So I just teach that to my students, to unlearn with you what you learned, because a lot of this stuff they teach you in school, it's not going to help you in the real world. I'm going to be real with you. It's not going to help you in the real world, and you're going to end up lost if you don't follow like your heart and what's logical. And a lot of people, they get it twisted in real life because they're like, oh no, I learned this in school, I deserve this, I deserve this. Well, let me tell you guys about something in life. You're not entitled to anything in life unless you're a yuppie bastard who has rich parents, and most of us aren't that. So, like, I say this to say this: unlearn all that nonsense that they taught you in school and learn what can help you in whatever you want to do in life. Because when you're in this real world, there's no games. You see people crash out all the time as a human being. And when you don't sit down and focus on what you want and work towards that, you start to crash out and you start to lose yourself and your sense of identity. And that's the worst thing in the world, because that's what a lot of people are going through nowadays. They're NPCs and they follow people blindly. Like, I see people who follow Logan Paul, whatever he does, and just give this guy money, and he's like a scammer. I made a video on him and Dylan Dennis a while ago. But people follow this person, they look up to this person, and they end up foolish. And I don't want you guys to ever be like that. Like, if I ever get to that level of success, don't follow me, follow yourself. Do what you think is right. Do what you think is logical. Always be a free thinker, even if I change. And I doubt that I'm going to change too much, you know, but anything's possible. You know, anything's possible. Money enhances who you are. So, you know, I want to be more of a good person. But I say this, you know, as a teacher, you know, you're not supposed to have favorites, but I do have favorites. I'm breaking all the conventional rules of being a teacher. But I have a student, and she's brilliant. She's clear by far my favorite student. And I'm not even trying to show bias. I try to treat everybody try to treat everybody kind of fair. But it's like, she's clearly my favorite student because she, like, absorbs everything I teach her like a sponge and applies it. And it's great. You know, I love seeing that, because sometimes I'll be in the hallway and I'll say what's up to her, and she'll use the big words that I taught her. And I want to just clap right there, because it's amazing to see the effect that you can have on someone just by being around them and teaching them things that they probably didn't know. Because when you humble yourself to learn, you become incredible. And the school, you know, I'm not going to go into it because I'll get mad. But the school, they're trying to discourage me from teaching my students certain things because they're like, oh, you know, this goes against this. Like, you know, these dumbasses, they tried to say Christianity and communism are the same thing. I'm like, no, it's not. One's an ideology and one's a religion, you dumbasses. But you know, I don't teach any of that to my students. I just tell them my truth of source, and I don't go into religion that much, but I tell them live righteously. And some people, they don't like that. Like some of my coworkers, some haters, and they just say the dumbest stuff. And I'm like, bro, y'all don't know what you're talking about, and y'all can't teach anybody anything. And then it's like, when it's Halloween day, it's like, oh, let's all dress up like girls and wear beards. That'll be funny. Like, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's insulting to people who are LGBT, whatever, and it's just not funny. You're weird. And, you know, I say this to say this. Unlearn that stuff. Unlearn that stuff and do what you think is right. If you think it's right to be that way, that's perfectly fine. That's your opinion. And if you think it's right to learn certain things, do things your way. But just follow truth. Follow truth and follow knowledge. No matter what's going on in society, no matter how much they try to program you to be a dummy, be intelligent, be smart, and research things for yourself. Don't take things at face value. Unlearn what you have learned. It's like Yoda was trying to teach Luke. You know, you can't use the Force if you think you can't use the Force. You know, you have to do it. You can't just try it and say, oh, I'll half-ass it. You got to say, yo, I believe this. I can do this. Let me do this. And do is the key word. Do is the key word. But anyway, I wanted to make that video for you guys because I want you to unlearn what you've learned in life. Even myself, I have to unlearn some of the things I've been taught in college, which is ironic because I'm wearing my college shirt. But it's like I have to unlearn some of the things they taught me in college because that wasn't right. Because they don't teach you about nepotism. They don't teach you about workplace dynamics. They don't teach you about some of this stuff. They just give you stupid diversity training videos and stuff, and then they hand you a piece of paper for college. So I got to unlearn that stuff and become a better man, a better teacher for my students' sake. But anyway, that's the video I want to make for you guys today. Unlearn what you have learned, and like, comment, and subscribe, and learn from me. And without further ado, you know, I'm out. I'm going to enjoy nature, and I'm going to touch grass, y'all. I'm out.